At one point, doctors believed severing parts of the brain was compassionate care. They were very confident about this. In the 1930s and 40s, mental hospitals were overcrowded. Depression, anxiety, trauma, schizophrenia, none of it had reliable treatments. Patients stayed for years. Some stayed for life. Hospitals needed solutions, fast ones. So when lobotomy appeared, it wasn't treated as extreme, it was treated as efficient. The idea was simple: disrupt the connections in the brain thought to cause distress. If someone was anxious, aggressive, or emotionally overwhelmed, doctors believed the problem lived in the frontal lobes. Cut the connections, reduce the symptoms, problem solved. In theory. In practice, lobotomy didn't cure mental illness, it changed behavior. Patients became calmer, quieter, less reactive, which, from an institutional perspective, looked like success. One version of the procedure became especially popular because of how fast it was. No operating room, no neurosurgeon, no lengthy recovery. The tool resembled an ice pick. It was inserted near the eye, tapped through thin bone, and moved side to sever brain connections. The entire procedure could take minutes. Doctors praised the speed. Hospitals appreciated the results. Patients were rarely asked for input. Lobotomies were performed on thousands of people, disproportionately on women, children, and anyone considered difficult. Not violent, not dangerous, just inconvenient. The diagnoses were often vague, the criteria flexible, the threshold low. Some patients were described as too emotional, too defiant, too sad, too energetic, too much. Lobotomy wasn't a last resort. For a while, it was the solution. And this wasn't hidden. Doctors published the results. Lobotomy was taught, promoted, celebrated. In 1949, one of its biggest advocates received a Nobel Prize. This wasn't fringe medicine. It was mainstream. The side effects were devastating. Many patients lost motivation, personality, emotional range. Some became childlike. Some couldn't live independently again. Families were told the procedure had worked because the person they brought in was now quieter. By the 1950s, new psychiatric medications began to emerge. Slowly, lobotomy fell out of favor, not because it was suddenly recognized as unethical, but because something easier replaced it. It took decades to fully acknowledge what lobotomy really was. Not treatment, not healing, control. Medicine didn't just misunderstand the brain, it prioritized manageability over humanity and called it care. History often frames lobotomy as a bizarre mistake from a less enlightened time, but that misses the point. The most dangerous part wasn't ignorance, it was confidence. History is messy, confusing, and sometimes refuses to explain itself. Subscribe to Hold My Hourglass if you like your history with curiosity and a little side-eye.